This is Spotlight TV, and I am Christian Lestat. For the people at home, who are you here with today?
G. Lewis.
So, like, you do a lot of art up in the Erie, Pennsylvania world, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. I do it legally and sometimes illegally. You know, I've gotten busted for it, but it's a victimless crime. It's just it's a pretty cool thing that I think a lot of people are into these days. And I think if people try to unite and just do it, it can be, it can be good for everybody, I guess.
So how long have you been doing art?
About a decade. Art, really all my life, but painting graph, about a decade.
And then graffiti?
Yeah, about a decade.
Now, what inspired you to become an artist?
I guess when I was younger, it was the thing to do. I guess just pretty fun, pretty cool thing to do.
Now, how many legal pieces have you done?
Legal? I've pretty much been talking to, local targeted graph areas and, business owners and stuff, and getting permission through just asking for pretty much the entire time I've been painting. I think my first was probably in 2002, so it was on the back of a laundromat near 26th and Zook. We got shut down about halfway through, though, because the store owners in the plaza weren't really down with it, but the owner of the plaza was, so it was kind of a conflict of interest for them.
Who won that one?
Actually, my friends got, when I wasn't there, cops came back while they were painting with guns drawn, and gave them the boot, which was weird for me, because, like I said, there was technically permission to be painting there, and it was just, sort of random, and I kind of felt like I put them on the spot, and I think some of their stuff, almost got some of their stuff jacked by the cops and stuff like that, but it's cool.
Do you feel that there are some buildings in the Erie area that, have not been used for a long time, that are falling apart, that, actually needs graffiti on there, and for some reason the city is protecting this property by going after taggers? You think that's wrong, that they're just going after taggers when in all actuality the building should be knocked down in general?
Yeah, there's an abandoned building on I believe 12th and Cherry that used to be just smothered with graph. I think as late as 2007, maybe 2008 possibly, and I don't really understand why they cleaned the whole thing, yet it's just still standing there abandoned. I think it's sometimes maybe they're scared that people are going to hurt themselves and there might be a lawsuit, but I'm there because I want to be there. I'm doing it because it's my life. It's what I'm obsessed with doing, that next big bombing session.
Now, how can people get a hold of you?
My email is eriewriter1@live.com.
Now, in the past, you've probably had several problems with the Erie police.
I've been probably busted 5 or 6 times. I know one time, merely for trespassing and having paint on me, I didn't get busted for painting anything, and I don't really think we did get to do any painting that day. But there have been also other times where I've gotten busted, caught in the act, and still paying for it. But I'm down to do this until I die. So no monetary fine is gonna make me stop, because it's my interest. I think they're a little crazy if they think that's gonna make me quit if I've already been busted 5 or 6 times.
Now, have the cops always done their job by the book when they busted you, or did they do illegal things to get you arrested?
I think the main problem is not exactly the cops as much as the courts. They charge these graffiti artists after they get busted thousands upon thousands of dollars when all you got to do is take a bucket of paint and take a paintbrush over the tag, boom, it's done. I don't understand why people are, young graph artists are getting charged thousands of dollars that they don't usually probably even have a means to get themselves. It's just kind of I feel like the courts are using the public in that way.
Now, what is your advice for people who want to get out there and do things, but you want to do it legally or do it without getting in trouble? What's your advice for them?
My advice? Really just look at businesses and stuff that are already heavily coated in graph, and just approach the the business owners, and just be like, hey, look, I noticed that you have a graffiti problem. I'll clean it for free, and I'll do a mural, just for the sake of doing it, and just eliminate all of the vandalism that's going on here. And because I'm basically rooted in the underground graph community, nobody's likely to destroy it. So it's kind of a win-win.
Now, you got a message for all these people out there that are owners of buildings that are falling apart, and maybe property that just cries out graffiti. Do you got a message for them?
Who cares? Let's bomb it.
Do you have something to tell them, because a lot of times they don't hear a message from the artists.
Okay.
So this is your chance to tell these the building owners and that, especially the building owners that have buildings that are falling apart. Well, do you have a message for those building owners?
Well, I don't really see what the big deal is. I mean, I think mostly, what you're scared of is people maybe falling through the roofs or having a lawsuit or something. And just my opinion is that we'd probably be there either way, because just doing what we love to do, and I guess it could, in bigger cities in Europe and Brazil, I mean, people do huge paintings on these type of abandoned structures, skeleton of former industries, and it's really not that bad of a thing. It's kind of actually a really neat thing, and it's a win-win, like I said before.
Well, I think definitely that these building owners want to make money off their abandoned buildings. Don't go after artists that are trying to make the city look good by taking out an eyesore. Look at this building and maybe tear it down or reconstruct it where it's usable once again. And I personally am 100% for a graffiti artist, because these graffiti artists like yourself is taking a building that's decaying and making it something that needs to be seen. And when I see the fall apart bricks and the barbed wire and this smelly buildings and stuff, I totally imagine something better when I think of what I want for my city. So when I see someone putting up artwork on a crappy wall, I definitely would like to thank them. And like I said, these business owners, they need to make their money other ways than going after an artist trying to do productive art.
Yeah, the courts are really taking advantage of a lot of young people, because a lot of young people do paint, young and old really, but I mean like I said, they just really stick it to graph artists and stuff, where it's pretty much a victimless crime, and I don't understand that, why they can do that and why they do that. It's weird.
Now you want to sign this one out?
Yeah. Shout out to all those living legends that you see rolling on the freight trains, and the wall burners too. Peace.
You're smart.